Rip Curl WSL Finals are back. New faces join returning contenders to challenge the #1 seeds. It's time to find out who will rise. In dramatic fashion, it came down to the last heat of the championship tour season to see Jack Robinson clinch his spot in the final 5 to face off against Joao Chianca in match 1.
I just never stopped. I didn't say this is the last event. I said that one will be the last event.
You're there not for a podium, you're there for a trophy. It's gonna be a great battle and I'll give it all.
Ethan Ewing and San Clemente native Griffin Colapinto round out the contenders to see if anyone can overcome Felipe Toledo.
It's been a huge goal of mine just to get back there and have a shot at a world title.
I think it's my destiny to be a world champion. Standing on stage at Lowers with all my friends watching.
The next generation of female surfing has arrived to take on the world champions. Rookie Caitlin Simmers, second-year standout Molly Picklum joined Caroline Marks and Tyler Wright to fight for a shot to reach the title matches.
It's been a long time since I've been in title contention. Lowers is pretty close to where I live, so I'm excited.
I feel like I've put blood, sweat and tears and absolutely everything I have into everything I do.
I'm really excited and yeah, let's do this.
But the biggest question remains, will Carissa Moore find redemption this year?
I lost the world title after being in the lead all year. You know, given that opportunity again, I'd like to see how I could rise to the occasion.
Who will leave Lower Trestles crowned world champion?
It took me 10 years to win my first world title, and my world title gave me a lot of fire to come back stronger, and my plan is to go into the finals and win again.
The Rip Curl WSL Finals starts now. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the SAMBAZON Dawn Patrol here in San Clemente, California for the Rip Curl WSL Finals. How about this Friday morning? Looking cool and moody and really rippable Lower Trestles, the most high-performance wave on the planet. Thanks for being with us. This is the moment we've been waiting for to crown our champions after a great year in 2023. Joe Turpel with longtime CT standout Rosie Hodge and big wave champ Pete Mel. Rosie, you're from South Africa, but hey, this is home. What's San Clemente been like in the lead up to this event?
This has been so fun to watch the top 10 surfers in the world out here free surfing, getting ready. I mean, watching the Groms and just how excited they've been to have all this action here. It's been insane. Everyone's ripping. It's going to be a great week.
I mean, Pete, we've seen 2 editions of this event, but I mean, what is it really all about? Because it still feels fresh and you're feeling the buzz in the air right now.
And you mentioned the 10 surfers. Those 10 surfers all with a dream to fulfill a world title, and they all have a chance, and they all know that, and that's what makes this event so exciting.
Let's check out the bracket. Exciting bracket with a new update with the #4 seed, starting with priority in match #1. It's going to be a very youthful match 1. Molly Picklum taking on Katie Simmers. Winner of that goes on to take on Caroline Marks from Florida, but lives in town now. And then Tyler Wright looking for a 3rd world title. She's the #2 seed. All 4 of those surfers have never been in this format before. And oh yeah, it's all led by Carissa Moore as she is looking for a 6th world title potentially today, tomorrow, once we get the call. As now we flip it to the men's side. Joao Chianca will have that priority to start off match 1 over Jack Robinson. Ethan Ewing, just beautiful seeing his name there on the list as he is seed #3. Griffin Colapinto representing San Clemente, seeing his name on a lot of banners all around this beautiful town. And Toledo back in yellow in back-to-back seasons, looking for his 2nd world title in a row. So for Felipe and for Carissa, they've been in 3 editions of the Rip Curl WSL Finals. A lot of experience there for them to try to achieve another world title here in 2023. I think it might be time, though, to get the call on this opening day of competition as we say good morning to AJ McCord with Chief of Sport Jessie Miley-Dyer.
Good morning, Joe. It's a beautiful day down here at Lower Trestles, standing with Jessie Miley-Dyer. Jessie, first day of the waiting period here for the Rip Curl WSL Finals. What is our call for today?
Yeah, it feels good to be down here on day 1, and feels even better to be going on yellow this morning. You know, everyone's been talking a lot about this swell, and we know that tomorrow is looking really good. So it's going to be a potential for tomorrow, a Saturday finals day.
So going on yellow means we're not going to have any surf today, but you are watching for tomorrow because the conditions are just looking more and more favorable. Walk us through what you're seeing for potentially tomorrow.
Yeah, so we've been following this swell for Saturday and Sunday, and right now what we're looking at is that Saturday we're going to build through tomorrow and kind of have the peak of the swell in the afternoon. There is a really small potential for fog in the mornings for both Saturday and Sunday. It's still looking like Saturday is the best day, and so that's why we're going yellow today. We want to give ourselves every great chance to have great waves for the finals, and it feels good to be down here and be able to crown a world champion.
Cannot wait to get it started. So, Joe, no surfing today, but be on alert tomorrow. Looking really good.
I love it. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Jessie Miley Dyer. Yellow alert. So once again, tomorrow, great chance we could get things started. Big thanks to Hurricane Hova, now tropical storm. But Pete Mel with Surfline walking us through this waiting period. It makes a lot of sense why we might get a quick start even tomorrow morning.
Well, and I like it. There's a lot of confidence in what Jessie was saying there about tomorrow. There's Hurricane Hova. It moved up and into the swell window a couple days ago. Matter of fact, this swell is in the water, and it's on the way right here to the cobblestones of Trestles. And they had mentioned how it was going to build through tomorrow. We'll actually see some forerunners tonight, ever so slightly, but then tomorrow, building all the way through the day. And even Sunday, again, lots of activity there. We've also had a Southern Hemisphere swell that's actually more midweek, but it looks like the confidence is on tomorrow. I like that. I mean, you can't walk away from waves. You look at the building surf through the day. It's an awesome chance to be able to crown a world champion here with lots of opportunity. When we have these hurricane swells in that little tighter interval, we get lots of opportunities. Generally, the Southern Hemisphere is coming so far away. We get those long lulls. That won't be the case tomorrow and Saturday. So there'll be lots of waves on action. Hard to walk away. I think that if you look at the conditions, we're looking pretty good. There's going to be some wind in the afternoon. There is that forecast for fog. But ultimately, we'll be down here ready.
I suppose everyone's just been guessing Saturday or Sunday. Jessie just said Saturday. I mean, Crosby said Saturday. Bemmy said Sunday. What are you going with, Rosie?
Well, I think tomorrow's going to be really hard to walk away from. We got a good problem, though. I mean, 2 swells in this 9-day event window. It's really a great problem to have when you're trying to pick and choose the cherry pick out of that window.
That's a great story, having waves. But maybe the best story of the season, Rosie, Ethan Ewing being here in San Clemente.
That's right. I mean, he broke his back, I think, about 4 weeks ago. I mean, who was surprised when we saw free surfing footage like this of Ethan Ewing? He is looking every bit the contender, and how sneaky of him to surprise us all with surfing like this. He's looking as fit as ever.
And it's so true. It really is. And it's really, truly amazing. I mean, you think about it was crushing to hear what happened when he had broken his back before the event even started in Tahiti. And to have him here in this finals and sitting at a number 3 seat is really, truly incredible.
Maybe the best 2-turn combo from yesterday's warm-up session, in your opinion, Rosie?
Yeah, that was kind of the general consensus from everyone involved and watching those warm-up sessions go down. 2-turn combo from Ethan. Didn't leave the water, but wow, just incredible surfing, really pushing that edge of progression on the rail.
A lot to look forward to, but it always starts with domination from the number 1 seeds. We'll talk about Carissa Moore on Road to Redemption. Coming up next on the SAMBAZON Dawn Patrol. Good morning, everyone. You're watching the SAMBAZON Dawn Patrol for the Rip Curl WSL Finals. We have gone on yellow alert with a promising chance of crowning our champions tomorrow, which will be Saturday. Lot to talk about till we get there. Joe Turpel, Rosie Hodge, and Pete Mel. Carissa Moore returns to the Rip Curl WSL Finals wearing yellow for the 3rd straight season. She's won her 5th title in this format. She also let go of a 6th last season when Stephanie Gilmore went on a rampage to achieve an 8th world title. Going back to that really tough day, the toughest loss for Carissa Moore in her career, as this year is all about redemption, Rosie.
100%, Joe. What's motivating Carissa this season? It'll definitely be that opportunity to redeem herself, have a personal triumph, get that 6th world title, and, get closer to Stephanie Gilmore's 8th world title record.
13 seasons on tour. She's got 12 of those in the top 3. She has been 5 world titles. I mean, this woman has been able to do it all, and she wants to do it one more time. And this is the chance after last year and this devastating loss. I don't think it's going to happen. I feel like she's going to get her 6th world title.
I'm with you, P. There's something about a champion and how they pick themselves back up. And Carissa admitted that was the toughest loss of her entire career. Said it was like a grieving process, but then kicked off the season number 1 of the world with a win at Pipeline. When we focus on this event, You know, she's got the most reps. She's going to be surfing against 4 fresh faces that haven't been in this format before. So she's going to have that advantage. Tyler is in that mix, though, as a past world champ. But you look at that average heat score, 14.16, and that's still solid, even though we still are expecting more from Carissa Moore here in 2023.
Positive attributes. She's #1 seed. She's been in this iteration 3 times before. This is the 3rd time. She's the most decorated. She's the veteran, and she's even won this event as a championship tour event. So the woman is ultra confident.
And then when you go to the #1 seed on the men's side, it's Felipe Toledo. This is called the most high-performance wave on the planet, and I think this is the most high-performance surfer on tour. More on that, we'll send it to Kaipo and Richie Lovett.
Thank you, Joe. 20 years ago today, Richie, you took a win here at Lower Trestles. You were unbeatable on September 8th, 2003. This year, a guy that's really hard to beat, Felipe Toledo. He's had a win at Sunset. He's had a win in El Salvador. He's had a win at J-Bay, and it seems like he's the man to beat here at Lower Trestles. Why is Felipe so good here?
No weaknesses, Kaipo. And when you look at his performances out here at Lowers, it's like this wave is tailor-made for all the tricks that he's got. You know, he's got the power, he's got the flair, and he's got the speed. So, you know, he's going to be the man to beat. He's got the crown, and the crown's sitting well. There's no pressure. You know, sometimes surfers on their second year when they have the title, they can crumble, but Felipe has stood up. He's had the wins. He's got all the confidence. So how are they going to stop him? And when I think about what they can do, you know, if Felipe gets the best 2 waves in his heats, he's going to be virtually unstoppable. So wave choice is going to be one. Speed is the other thing. They're going to have to try and match him for that speed. And then for me, the third thing is bringing something unique that maybe the judges haven't seen before. Try and match him in the air. But I mean, he's on a roll. So you look at these stats here. Look at the, you know, the highest wave score scores at 8.67, and his heat averages excellent. So
yes, second straight year as our #1 seed, Felipe Toledo. It's his title to win.
He is, you know, and you'd have to think in the back of his mind, Felipe's probably thinking, I want to be the most winning, the most successful Brazilian surfer of all time. So he's going to be looking at banking those world titles. He's got 1. He's going to want 2 here. He's chasing after Medina now.
Yeah, that's right. Well, when we come back, we're going to look at match #1 for the women. There's a couple of new faces at Lowers. Molly Picklum, Katie Simmers. When we come back.
You are watching the SAMBAZON Dawn Patrol. Once again, we are on yellow alert. There's some fun surf out in the water right now. The local crew's always all over it as we anticipate match #1 for a very youthful movement we have on the women's tour. Molly Picklum, 2nd season, looking for a world title, and Katie Simmers is going to try to do what Steph did and win a world title as a rookie as we send it to the Red Bull Athlete Zone with Chris Cote and Mitchell Salazar.
Hey, thank you so much, Joe. You know, in looking at this match and then looking at the potential matchups that could happen this week, I'm feeling like Molly v. Caitlin is going to be the cutting edge of surfing. We're talking about the future happening now here in match 1.
Yeah, and especially when you look at the seasons they had, Molly Picklum was leading the rankings for a couple of events, but Caitlin Simmers had 2 wins in a rookie season. Was an up-and-down season for her, and when we talk about consistency, definitely in Molly's favor, but they did match up twice this season in Tahiti and in Brazil. Both of those wins going to Caitlin Simmers.
Yeah, we haven't seen a rookie like Caitlin Simmers for decades. We're talking event wins and now already fighting for world titles. And what I love here is this is foreshadowing. We're going to be seeing these 2 surfers battling for titles for the next decade.
Yeah, and interesting enough, both times they faced off in the quarterfinals and Katie winning. She went on to make both finals in those events. One in Rio, big conditions, chunky conditions, and then when they faced off in Tahiti, she ended up being runner-up to Caroline Marks at that event. And as I mentioned before, Molly Picklum was very consistent all year long, had a very few losses in the elimination round, but she needs to make it out of this heat, especially if she wants to make a statement to run for that world championship that's been eluding her in the first 2 seasons.
I absolutely agree, and when these 2 surfers take to the water, again, the excitement level is going to be through the roof. Not only will this be the first match of the entire Rip Curl WSL Finals, but we're watching two titans of surfing, a rookie, a second-year surfer who have already achieved greatness. So we're going to expect a lot from this first heat, and I know that these two young surfers will deliver. And speaking of delivering, we've got our man in the lineup, Strider Wasilewski.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, everybody. Out here in the lineup, was on the water. Are you kidding me? What a mystic morning it is. It's absolutely beautiful out here right now. Potentially the day before the game. We're talking opening morning of the waiting period. The waves are actually really fun, but you know what? All the athletes are at home, chilling, getting warmed up, feeling that vibe of, you know, letting those legs rest, getting ready, getting the mental ready. So basically we're out here on the field, feeling out the grass, feeling out the stadium, down on the floor at SoFi. We're at Dodger Stadium out there kicking the dirt and, you know, getting ready, feeling the mist in the morning, and we love it. It's going to be an amazing event, and I think that, you know, what we're going to see is going to be next level surfing from everybody. A Griff hat out in the lineup right now. I had two Toledo fans. The rest of them are going for San Clemente. This is going to be an amazing one. I can't wait to see from the bottom end coming up. I feel like Caroline Marks is going to come through the bottom there and get to the top and take the win. I just can't wait. I'm coming out of my skin with excitement right now, but I will say that tomorrow morning when the waves arrive, I just hope, Joe Turpel, that the waves look as perfect as my hair does.
You look great, Strider. I love it. I love your enthusiasm, your energy. There's the hat that you spotted out there. He's a local out here, wears the orange, probably to get clips to put on Instagram later on in the day. But yeah, there's so much energy for Griffin, and cool to note, getting that insight from Strider. They had the warm-up session yesterday themselves, and all the top surfers in the world decided to take the morning off, letting the locals have the surf and prepare for a potential game day tomorrow. We talked about match one for the women. Coming up next on SAMBAZON Dawn Patrol, we talk about Joao Chianca versus Jack Robinson. Coming up next. WSL would like to open this event by formally recognizing that Trestles is the modern name of the ancient Ahashiman village site known as the Panhe. The Ahashiman people have lived in the place we call Orange County for over 10,000 years and are still here stewarding the land alongside surfers, environmentalists, and others who really care about our shared coastline. We thank them for their ongoing presence and participation in this event, and we would like to pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging, as we've had some beautiful moments over the last 48 hours as well, and hanging out with the Ahashiman people and really enjoying nature. Adelia told us that she loves when she sees the pelicans fly over. That was a very powerful moment during the opening ceremony, and learning a lot about this beautiful place that we call Lower Trestles. We love the wave, and we love the opening match for the men as well. Joe with Rosie and Pete to break this one down. It's all about Joao Chianca, a guy that fell off of the midseason cut last year, came back to maybe win a world title this year, and talk about a dramatic finish to the season for Jack Robinson to get this spot, Rosie.
Incredible, a must-win situation over Gabe Medina in Tahiti. He's going to be feeling supercharged with confidence, which is a dangerous thing for his competitors.
As we look at all their history, I mean 2-1 overall, but focusing on this year, Pete, it's 1-1 starting at Pipeline.
That's right. These guys are pretty even, Steven. And again, they're both got the same type of weapons. I mentioned earlier in the show, these two were able to compete in heavy conditions. They're able to compete at high performance conditions. And that's what it's all about here at Lower Trestles, is being able to get the tail above the lip. These guys have that firepower. You think about the number 4 seed, they're actually going to get an advantage here. They're able to get their the first priority, which is kind of new to surfing. Matter of fact, fact, is new to this event. So it's going to be pretty cool to see. But again, looking back at Chianca and Robinson, these two have been putting on a show all year long.
And really fun that, their matchups are in slabs earlier this year, pumping Super Tubos and Pipeline. And now we get to see him do battle and going for turns in high performance, Rosie.
And very different demeanors. Just thinking about Jack, he's this quiet warrior. He's really been able to maintain this focus where Jow, he's all emotion. He lets it out. You know how he's feeling at every moment. We've seen the highs and lows of his career. I mean, watching these guys free surf, I can't really pick a favorite. They're both looking impeccable.
That's so true.
And they like a little battle. I mean, even though Jack's calm, he loves that paddle battle to start. How much is that going to change things with Joao holding priority to kick off that heat, Pete?
Well, I mean, I think it's established. It's something new. I think that it's kind of cool. We've talked about how that would unfold. I think it's going to be something different to watch, so pay attention to it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Obviously, Joao's got so many different types of high-performance moves working with CI. Jack, famous as a slab specialist, but he's obviously one of the best with big airs as well. I can't wait for that matchup.
Very well-rounded competitors and lots of just their demeanors at the moment. The way they're carrying themselves, it's just looking just like such a fun matchup.
Well, and you think about yesterday again, who was surfing really good. I think that Chianca actually, I mean, we talked about the one wave that was kind of the highlight, but I feel like Chianca, he brought a big vibe to it and something that was really high active. I like his chances.
Liking it. Okay, are we on tomorrow? We're going to find out. Remember, we are on yellow alert, potentially going green. First thing in the morning, join us for the SAMBAZON Dawn Patrol at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow morning on Saturday to see if we'll crown our champions. We'll see you then.